A very good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are taking a good care of yourself. So, children, let us start today's mathematics class. This is class 10th, subject mathematics, chapter number 13, surface area and volume. And children, this is our lecture number 3 of this chapter. And content I am going to cover from your textbook, that is NCERT. So children, the topics which I am going to cover in today's lecture number 3 of chapter number 13, surface area and volume, they are, I will be continuing with the sums from exercise 13.2, which are based on calculating volume of combination of solid figures. And along with it, children, I will make you recall the important formulae which are based on volume of solids while explaining the variety of questions. Clear? So children, let us start today's class. In my previous lecture, that was lecture number 2 of 13th chapter, I completed up to question number 3 of exercise 13.2. Fine. So today I am going to start with question number 4. So everybody please listen the statement carefully. A pen stand made of wood is in the shape of cuboid. So let us make a cuboid first of all. Basically it is a pen stand. Okay. And it is made up of wood. And what is the shape of the pen stand? That is cuboidal. So a pen stand made up of wood is in the shape of a cuboid with 4 conical depressions to hold pens. Means it is going to hold 4 conical depressions. Basically there are 4 conical depressions which are going to hold the pen in this cuboidal block. So let us start forming those 4 conical depressions. You are just supposed to make 4 cones. Correct, students? So I repeat, there is a pen stand which is made up of wood. It is in the shape of a cuboid. Fine. There are total 4 conical depressions just to hold the pens. The dimension of the cuboid are 15 centimeter, means length is 15 centimeter, breadth is 10 centimeter, and of course height is 3.5 centimeter. Correct? The radius of each of the depression is 0.5 centimeter. So radius is 0.5 centimeter of each and every conical depression. And what is the depth? That is 1.5 centimeter. Correct? We are supposed to calculate the volume of the wood in the entire stand. Children, the concept of depression I have taught you earlier also. See, but it was based on area. What is there as per the question? We will be having a cuboid given. There are total 4 conical depressions like this. Okay. These 4 conical depressions I am just going to remove from this cuboidal shape. Correct? So now we are not going to deal about the area of the combination of solids. When we were dealing about the area of combination of solids, as well as we were going to talk about the depressions, at that time I told you that there will be some extra area made when there will be some conical cavity removed from the cuboid, right? So at that time we were just going to add the area. But children, now we are going to deal with the volume, means the capacity of the container. When there will be total 4 conical cavities removed like this. One is removed from inside, I am talking about. Then another conical cavity will be removed, then another, then of course another. So definitely the capacity of the container will be reduced. So what we are supposed to do, as we are going to calculate the volume of the wood in the entire stand, we are just going to calculate the volume of complete container, that is the cuboidal block. After that, we are just going to remove the volume of these 4 depressions which are conical in shape to come to know about the volume of the wood in the entire stand. Correct, children? Depression is nothing but some part you are going to remove from the main solid. Correct? So children, when some part is going to be removed, so definitely the volume will be reduced in that case. So let us start doing this question. First of all, the length of the cuboidal stand is 15 centimeter. This is given to us in the statement. I am going to represent length by L and breadth is 10 centimeter and of course height is 3.5 centimeter. Correct? So now first of all I am going to calculate the volume of this cuboid. Formula, let us recall the formula, that is length into breadth into height, and it must be in cubic units. What is length? 15 centimeter, breadth is 10 centimeter and height is 3.5 centimeter. Remove this decimal, this 10 will be cancelled with it. When I multiply 15 by 35, I will be getting 525 cubic centimeters. Correct, students? So this is all about the volume of this cuboidal block. Now there are total 4 depressions which are conical in shape. They are going to be removed. Means total 4 conical cavities have been removed. So definitely the capacity of the container will be reduced in this case. So now I am going to calculate the volume of one conical depression. Volume of one conical depression. Let us recall the formula. How to calculate volume of cone? That is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Correct? Radius we know, that is 0.5 centimeter, and height also we know, that is 1.4 centimeter. So let us solve it. This is 1 by 3 into 22 by 7. The value of pi I have inserted 22 by 7. Radius, at place of radius I am writing 0.5 into 0.5 into. At place of height I am writing 1.4. As we are talking about volume, so centimeter into centimeter into centimeter, this is cubic centimeters. So let us solve it. Removing decimals. Start cancelling. 5 ones are, 5 twos are, 5 ones are, 5 twos are. Here also the decimal will be removed. 7 ones are, 7 twos are. This 2 and 2 are going to be cancelled. Anything else which can be cancelled? Yes, we can cancel them also. It would be now 11 upon 30 cubic centimeters. Correct? So this is the volume of one conical depression. But how many depressions do we have? We have total 4 depressions. So let us talk about the volume of total 4 conical depressions. Volume of 4 conical depressions. Children, you know the volume of one depression. So for 4, what you are supposed to do? Yes, you have to multiply it by 4. Cancel them by the table of 2. This is 2s are, this is 15. It would be 22 by 15 cubic centimeters. Correct? Now, as I told you that when we are dealing with the area, then definitely depression is going to make some extra area. There also we have to apply the paint. I told you when we are talking about area, we have to imagine about the paint. But in volume, the capacity will be reduced. So what is the volume of the wood right now? After removing these 4 conical cavities, volume of wood in the entire stand is equal to volume of cuboid minus volume of 4 conical depressions. Correct? So let us solve it. This is 525 minus 22 upon 15. 22 upon 15. Okay? It will be in cubic centimeter. So now this is 525 minus. When I divided 22 by 15, I have got 1.47. So let us subtract both of them. I will be getting 523.53 cubic centimeters. Correct? So this is the volume of the wood in the entire stand. Understood? Okay, now children, let us switch to the next question. That is question number 5. A vessel is in the form of an inverted cone. So let us make a big vessel which is conical in shape and it is in the shape of inverted cone. Fine. Its height is 8 centimeter. What is the height of the conical vessel? 8 centimeter. The radius of its top, which is open, is 5 centimeter. It is filled with water up to the brim. Means up to this top level it is filled with water. So let us fill the water in it. Up to brim. Okay. Now when lead shots, each of which is sphere of radius 0.5 centimeter are dropped into the vessel. Means there are some lead shots which are spherical in shape. Okay, they are dropped in it. So let us make few lead shots. We do not know how many are they in number. But one condition is told in the question that as soon as the lead shot of radius 0.5 centimeter are dropped into the vessel, 1/4 of the water flows out. Means whatever water was filled in it, 1/4 of the water is flowed out from this vessel which is in the shape of inverted cone. Okay, so we are supposed to calculate the number of lead shot dropped in the vessel. Children, after understanding this statement, you may have understood that how can we calculate the number of lead shots which are spherical in shape and they are dropped in this inverted cone. So definitely the number of, suppose if they are n in number, so n number of lead shots, the volume of n number of lead shots must be equal to 1/4 of the volume of the water filled in the vessel, because as soon as we dropped the spherical lead shots inside this inverted cone, then 1/4 of the water flows out. Understood? So let us start doing this question now. So first of all, what is given to us in this question? We will be having the height and the radius of this conical vessel given to us. Okay. So let us write it. Height of the vessel. Height of the vessel I am going to represent by h, that is 8 centimeter, and radius of the vessel I am representing it by r, that is 5 centimeter. Correct? So volume of water filled in the vessel, that must be equal to the volume of inverted cone. Volume of water filled in the vessel. What is the shape of the vessel? That is inverted cone, right? So that must be equal to volume of cone. This is nothing but the equal to the volume of water, correct? So let us calculate it. This is 1/3 pi r square h. This is the formula to calculate volume of cone. That is 1/3 into, what is the value of pi? 22/7. Radius we know, that is 5 centimeter, and height is 8 centimeter. It must be in cubic units. Correct? Anything which is going to be cancelled? No. So let us multiply them. 5 5s are 25. 25 into 8 is 200. 200 into 22, that would be 4400. Divided by 21 cubic centimeters. Correct? Now let us talk about the radius of a spherical lead shot. Radius of spherical lead shot is equal to 0.5 centimeter. Correct? This is given to us in the question. So how to calculate the volume? Volume of spherical lead shot, one spherical lead shot, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Let us calculate it. 4 by 3 into 22 by 7 into what is radius, that is 0.5. We can write it half. It would occur thrice, cubic centimeters. Let us cancel. This is going to be cancelled. This would be 11. So it would be 11 upon 21 cubic centimeters. Clear? Now children, we are going to calculate the number of lead shots which are dropped in the vessel. I repeat, when the lead shots were dropped in the inverted cone, at that time 1/4 of the water flows out. So we can write that let N be the number of lead shots, as we are going to calculate their number. N be the number of lead shots dropped in the vessel. Then children, according to question, you may have understood that as we are going to calculate the number of lead shots, so the volume of one spherical lead shot, that must be equal to 1/4 of the volume of the water filled in the vessel. Because as soon as we put the lead shots, then 1/4 of the water came out from the vessel. So it must be equal to N into, means we are going to calculate the number into volume of one spherical lead shot that must be equal to 1/4 of volume of water filled in the vessel. Children, it is nothing but the concept of number of tiles. As when we were going to calculate the number of tiles, what we used to do? For example, on a floor, the tiles are going to be applied. Okay. So how to calculate number of tiles? We would be calculating area of floor that must be divided by area of one tile. In the same manner, here we are going to calculate the number of lead shots. So number of lead shots must be equal to volume of the water filled in the vessel. It's 1/4 we are supposed to take. Because as soon as the lead shots were dropped in the vessel, then 1/4 the water came out. Okay. So that must be divided by volume of one spherical lead shot. So let us do it. N into, what is the volume of one spherical lead shot? That is 11 upon 21 cubic centimeters. Must be equal to 1/4 of, what is the volume of water filled in the vessel is 4400 upon 21 cubic centimeters. Correct? So let us take this 11 upon 21 on that side and must be placed here. This is 1/4 into 400 upon 21 into 21 upon 11. 21 are going to be cancelled. 11 ones are 11 400s are 4400. This is 1s are, this is 100. So N must be equal to 100. Means how many lead shots were there? There were total 100 in number. Hence, number of spherical lead shots must be equal to 100 in number. Understood? Okay children, the next topic which I am going to cover today, that is conversion of solid from one shape to another. What does it mean? That whenever there is a solid, for example, if it is cuboid in shape, it has been melted and has been recast and it has been given the shape of a solid cylinder. Okay. So now, what does it mean? That whenever there is one solid which is melted and has been converted into the another solid, then always remember children their volumes will remain same. It implies to that volume remains same. Clear? So children, always remember, whenever any solid you will be having given that has been recasted and it has been given the shape of another solid, then always their capacity, their volume, their capacity of holding the liquid would always remain same. Okay, so let us do one question based on the same concept. Children, question 1 and 2 are quite simple, that you can do yourself. So I will be taking question number 3 based on the same concept from exercise 13.3. So please listen the question carefully. A 20-meter deep well with diameter 7 centimeter is dug. Children, you know what is the shape of the well? Yes, it will be cylindrical in shape. So let us make a well what is given to us, that it is 20 meter deep, means the height of the well is 20 meters. Fine. And the diameter is 7 meter. So we can say that the radius must be 3.5, that is 7 by 2 meters. Correct? What is said in the question, that the earth, or we can say that the soil that has been taken out from this cylindrical well and it is evenly spread out to make a platform. And what is the shape of a platform? That is cuboidal in shape. So let us make one cuboid. You know that in cuboid each and every face is rectangular. So let us take two rectangles to draw one platform which is cuboidal in shape. So children, understand this question once. A 20-meter deep well with diameter 7 meter is dug, and the earth, means the soil, from digging is evenly spread to form a platform. Means this cylindrical shape is converted into a cuboidal shape. Correct? So as the soil came out from this cylindrical well and it is evenly spread and has been given the shape of a platform which is cuboidal in shape, whose length is 22 meters given and breadth is 14 meters given. So children, here you can observe that this concept is nothing but the conversion of a solid from one shape to another. So I have just explained you that in this case the volume of both the shape will remain same. Means their capacity is not going to be varied. Okay. So whatever would be the volume of the cylinder, that must be placed equal to the volume of cuboid. So let us start doing it. What is given to us? We will be having height of deep well, which is in the form of cylinder, in the form of cylinder. Let us take its height as h1, which is equal to 20 meters. Correct? And what else is given? The radius of this deep well, which is again cylindrical in shape, let it be r1, which is equal to 7 by 2 meters. Correct, students? What else is given? We will be having length and breadth of the platform, which is cuboidal in shape, is given to us. So the length of the platform will be represented by L, that is 22 meters, and its breadth must be represented by B, so that is 14 meters. So what is asked in the question, that we are supposed to calculate the height of the platform. Okay, so let it consider it as h2. So what we are supposed to write down? Let height of the platform is h2 that we are supposed to calculate. Okay, that we have considered as H2. So children, as I have told you that this question is basically based on the conversion of solid from one shape to another. So their volumes must remain same. So according to question, what can we say? That volume of deep cylindrical well must be equal to volume of cuboidal platform. Cuboidal platform. Correct, children? So, how to calculate the volume of cylindrical well? Let us recall the formula. This is pi r square h. But what is r of the well? That is r1. So, I must make a change in the formula. Pi r1 square and height is considered as h1. So, this is pi r1 square into h1 is equal to. What is the volume of cuboid? That is L into B into H. But what is the H taken? That is H2. Correct? So let us substitute the values. At place of pi, I am writing 22 by 7 into. What is R1 square given to me? Children, you can see R1 is 7 by 2. 7 by 2 into 7 by 2 because it is occurring twice. Into what is height? That is 20 meters. This is also given to us. Must be equal to length. What is length? 22. What is breadth? 14. And height we do not know, as we are supposed to calculate the same. Okay. So children, let us start calculating it. 7 ones are. This is cancelled. This is 1s are. 10s are. 1s are. 11s are. Okay. So we are left with 11 into 7 into 10 is equal to 22 into 14 into H2. Correct? So I am going to bring them down here on left hand side. As they are multiplying, so they must be divided over here. So it would become 11 into 7 into 10 upon 22 into 14 is equal to H2. Let us calculate it. This is 7 ones are, 7 twos are 14. 11 ones are, 11 twos are 22. This is 1s are, this is 5s are. So it implies 2. H2 is equal to 5 by 2 meters. That is 5 by 2 meters. It should be equal to 2.5 meters. So this is nothing but the height of the platform. So you must write, so height of the cuboidal platform is equal to 2.5 meters. Understood, children? So what did we observe? That whenever we will be having one shape is converted into another shape, then their volume will remain same and we can easily calculate the unknown variable. Getting? So children, that's it for the day. Now this is the time to get your mathematics homework. So children, your maths homework is do question 1, 2, 5 and 6 of exercise 13.3 in homework notebook along with the classwork questions. What are classwork questions? Question number 4 and 5 of exercise 13.2 and question number 3 of 13.3. All these questions, children, you are supposed to do in your mathematics homework notebook. So that's it for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.